Well, good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in for today's video on YouTube. I'm actually straightforward right in the back of my bedroom here at the moment here because I've got Thomas the Tank Engine running in the background. And the fact I've been doing a toy review video has actually straightforward made me realise that I actually forgot to upload the other video that I made on the 26th of September, which is of course around night time. But let me hear this one out, guys, because obviously that video was straightforward delayed. Okay, so to let you guys know what has just really happened so far, that video, when I made, actually had to be re-uploaded multiple amounts of times. And the other thing that also was quite stupid to do so was I had to really add like a watermark, and I also have to go up towards that video editor. I think I have to actually add some other stuff, change some few nitty-gritty bits, a bit of text, and that was it. But that, unfortunately, really did cost me to do more toy reviews, because all I'm straightforward doing is blabbering right over on the tablet, and all of a sudden, you know, to just straightforward make all of this video guff that I'm doing at the moment here, it feels like, I'll tell you what, there's actually just so much of it, guys. I just don't know how much I straightforward buy as much stuff. And actually, I'm also want to show you the receipts and how much I pay for these toys. You know, a lot of people say to me, I just straightforward grab the toys for my own self, and then I'll just straightforward feature it on a video on YouTube. Well, no, I don't actually straightforward. I don't actually, you know, we're not given for free. You know, maybe you can have some sort of skewed perspective of what I'm doing here on YouTube. That's one thing I'm gonna do, and that's something I've actually forgotten to present on my other videos on YouTube. Anyways, on the video that I was actually making on the 26th, so. That video, as I said before, had to be re-uploaded multiples of times because I bet, you know, I think one thing I actually forgot to mention was that the footage was absolutely sloppy. So the audio quality and the tablet's quality of video making obviously has gone a lot more fried, which unfortunately I don't think it really helped so far. Somehow the production of that video it wasn't that great, considering that the video that I've made all by myself, it's just not worthy to try if I'd have a bit of a look back into, because I tell you what, the more multiple times I've been making videos like this, and then all of a sudden that I've been straightforward getting them to be absolutely fired in terms of productivity, just makes me wonder. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it literally doesn't really make any sense, because obviously you know, that video that I just made, it was already good by itself. And I'm just straightforward cleaning out some saliva from my tablet, so I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, as I've been making videos in relationship to toys, you might be thinking, Ivan, why the hell are you blabbering on for a long period of time while watching and seeing Thomas the Tank Engine just chuffing and puffing along with his train? Well, the main reason why I'm vlogging out as part of the video is because I just want to let you know that the video that I just made on the 26th of September, and also I'm actually under the water as well too, so I don't know how long I'm going to get better. You know, who knows, my voice would probably get worse before it gets even more better, but then hey, I'm very much a presenter on YouTube who presents live in the camera and speaks about toys 24/7 for absolute no reason. But hey, that's the part I really do enjoy, so much so that making toy reviews has actually become the art style of mine. And actually, I might as well just show you the receipt and how much of the toys that I've been making, well, actually of the toys that I've been purchasing at this moment. I'm actually going to straightforward prove to you. So when I made that video about Toothless, the How to Train Your Dragon toy, and also a few trash packs, and also that other toy that I purchased, which was like a pullback toy train thingy, of course, I just want to make sure that I actually got these from the charity shop, because obviously, you know, a lot of people said to me, hey, but Ivan, have you got these toys for fresh? Well, no, they're not actually that fresh. They're actually used toys. So if a toy's been used, it must have been used and derived from another owner. So it's actually very worthy to know why these toys are straightforward here upon me. But the most important feature about whenever I go to toy stores is I always handle out my receipts. And obviously, if there's a toy that I really don't like, well, the best thing I can do is I can send it back to the charity shop. I'm still pondering about how many toys do I really have to own, and it really is kind of a bit of a thing to do so, because it feels like it does become a little bit annoying to straightforward, you know, actually have them in the house, because obviously, like, you know, I tend to keep so many receipts. So here, like this one here, I actually get so many receipts from various charity shops a lot. So I just grab them along the way and I just buy them for various goodness knows what. You know, I can just straightforward collect a whole bunch of things. You know, when I go to, you know, stores like the British Heart Foundation, where I just pay, you know, lots and lots of stuff by the looks of everything. You know, I just seem to buy, you know, that receipt there, which was from like a mix between a Chicken Little sort of Happy Meal toy, and actually I might as well just show you that Chicken Little Happy Meal spinning toy again, because I want to show you how it spins properly again, as much as I could really say to myself, hey, videos like this tend to be straightforward exciting, but they do seem to pay a fair bit of price. But most importantly, whenever I'm making videos on YouTube, I always seem to present the toys in a fairly entertaining and bubbly way, because obviously that's how toy reviews are. Like, if you want to straightforward make other stuff that's pretty much boring, well then go ahead and do so. So be it. There's no problem, I can really say to myself, hey. And actually, when I'm doing a toy review, whenever I present toys, I often tend to present them live in the camera, right in front of me. That's a bit of a shame. I can't find that Chicken Little toy. But the good news here is yes, I can actually show you something, which I've actually got recently, and it's these ones right there. I've actually got lots and lots of spare couplings. Quite nice to know. There you go. I've actually got a lot of spare couplings. Strangely enough, they were nearly £10, but hey, I actually got like a bag of spare train couplings. So the next time when I'm playing my trains and then all of a sudden I've accidentally snapped a coupling out of the trains, well, guess what? There's some more couplings to refit onto the train. So that's a very nice thing to see. Amazing packet of couplings. Fantastic stuff. And I'll tell you what, that's actually quite nice to see. Well, unfortunately, I can't show you the Chicken Little toy today here for some reason, because it feels like I've been straightforward rummaging around like a headless chicken. Sorry about that for the pun. But I've been rummaging around just straightforward finding stuff which in a sense is fantastic value. In fact, I always tend to look at stuff which is very fantastic value, especially when I go into charity shops. And for the fact that I often seem to straightforward go ahead and buy toys, it must have been a completely nutty crazy addiction. Now, there's actually quite another bit of a question here is, do you endorse these toys? Well, no, I don't, because, you know, most importantly, whenever I buy toys from a charity shop, toy companies don't actually talk back to me, you know, because I'm a customer, okay? But anyways, I'm going to straightforward leave this video here. If you really enjoyed this pretty short and sharp, but roughly spoken sort of video on YouTube, sorry I can't put up as much information today because obviously I need to go downstairs and put up breakfast. From that reason, of course. Anyways, I'm going to leave it as it is. If you really enjoyed this video, please give the video a very good like, subscribe for more for that videos in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, as always, I can say thanks again, and bye for now.